A gunman is on the loose after shooting 6 children at the Washington National Zoo. And a big drug bust for Arkansas State Police. The news is next.
Proud to be a part of the spirit of Arkansas. This is Channel 7 News.
I just want to let you know that we have received 3 children with gunshot wounds.
The victim list now includes 6 children gunned down this evening at the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. Police are looking for at least 1 teenage gunman and a motive. Good evening. I'm Karen Fuller.
And I'm Kerry Martin. Thank you for joining us. One of the victims, a 12-year-old boy, was shot in the head. Doctors say the boy is clinically brain dead, but being kept alive so his family can donate his organs. Several students are listed in critical and serious condition now. Witnesses say a teenager fired a handgun into a group of young people after a fight broke out. Bottles were thrown before the gunshots rang out. Police think the incident may be gang-related. Andy Field has been following the story for us in Washington, D.C. Again, he joins us from the zoo there in D.C., where they were earlier celebrating Easter celebrations. Andy, to you now for the latest.
This was supposed to be a joyous post-Easter celebration here at Washington's National Zoo. It ended with at least 6 people shot. Now, the police still aren't sure what all happened here. There are children that were hurt, adolescents, somewhere between the ages of 11 and 16. The gunman escaped, and police still aren't sure why this happened. It was the end to a long day off from school at Washington's National Zoo. Gunfire erupted. Police say there seemed to be a feud between 2 groups of teenagers, just as everyone was set to leave.
Heard a couple of gunshots. Most of the crowd began converging in the direction of the shots. But then I saw 2 young men dashing southbound Connecticut Avenue as if they were fleeing.
My daughter called me and said that, Mom, they started shooting and somebody got shot. And I'm like, what do you mean somebody got shot? She said, we were running and somebody got shot. And one of her girlfriend's sister, that's who I'm up here to see, got shot in the back.
Police and rescue crews raced to the sprawling National Zoo complex just a few miles from the White House. They found at least 6 teenagers shot.
The victims range in age from 11 to 16.
2 adults collapsed. The stress caused a pregnant woman to start labor. Police are trying to understand why this happened.
We're working with the school authorities to do some background checks on the kids to see if it might be related to school, although there's no indication that that's the case, and to prep the school officials so they can give the care to the classmates of these kids when they return to school.
Most of the wounded were found at one of the zoo's entrances. The gunfire reportedly spilled out onto Washington's Connecticut Avenue, right in the middle of rush hour traffic. Now, there are conflicting reports on the conditions of the 6 children who were shot. We're told that at least 4 of them are in good condition. The wounds are not very serious here. 1 in stable condition and 1 in grave, very serious condition, perhaps even near death. I'm Andy Field, live outside the National Zoo. Now back to you.
All right, Andy, thank you very much.
And now your first forecast with Channel 7 meteorologist Ned Permy.
Everyone, Arkansas has a few days to dry out from the recent rains that we had all day and all over most of the state yesterday. Right now, skies are in the process of clearing statewide, and with clear skies and a weak area of high pressure over us tonight, it's going to bring in some pretty chilly air for this time of year, below normal readings, about 49 degrees. Now, just as the skies clear tonight, we're going to see an influx of mid and high-level clouds tomorrow. So we're going to call it partly cloudy, a little warmer, and there could even be a slight risk of a shower in the state, but the probability is less than 20%. We'll talk all about that, plus the forecast all the way into the weekend, believe it or not, coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, I like that talk. Thank you, Ned.
Opening statements begin tomorrow in the trial of a man accused of killing a 9-year-old girl from Hickory Ridge back in 1991. 38-year-old Robbie Dale Tubbs is charged with capital murder in the death of Christina Pipkin. Pipkin disappeared while selling jewelry door to door during a school fundraiser. She was missing for 3 days before her body was found. She had apparently drowned. Tubbs was arrested back in November. Police say a strand of Christina's hair found in his vehicle links him to the crime. A jury panel of 7 women and 5 men was chosen today.
There will be no trial in the case of the Russellville boys who admitted to killing their father in January of 1998. This morning, Neil and Jesse Eldridge pleaded guilty to manslaughter charges in exchange for a lesser sentence. Channel 7's Kate Sullivan tells us this is a decision that brings peace to both sides.
It's never fun to plead guilty when you're innocent. But by golly, they are entitled, finally, to get this over with.
It's been 2 years and 3 months of waiting for Neil and Jesse Eldridge. They were just 14 and 15 years old when they admittedly shot and killed their father on the porch of their home in Russellville. They say a childhood of dramatic abuse led them to do it.
This was the most horrific, violent, abusive, disgusting abuse that I have ever seen. And they didn't want to tell the story to the whole world. They didn't want pictures of their body parts shown to the whole world.
And that's the main reason why they decided to plead guilty to manslaughter today. They issued us this statement, which says, "Today we decided to put an end to our long personal nightmare. We are not doing this because we don't believe in our case and our innocence. We are doing this most of all because of our little sisters, our grandmothers, and each other.